Yeah.
Like a mixture of experience and youth once again.
And the Americans have won the lag again, which I think is going to play big in these matches. We haven't seen it yet with some kind of landslide matches, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, I believe. But it's going to come down to some hill matches where the lag really means something.
Yeah, it really matters then. Someone mentioned that this is the first time they ever see
It seems both teams have kind of gone to that left side rail. It's the right side rail if you're looking at your screen to break from. Okay, making a ball now. The 2 ball is going to have a lot of travel. Looks like it's going to set up nice. Now this will be an interesting shot from the 2 to the 3 because the 3-6 is 3 is covered up by the 6, and then also the 8 in the side. So looks like he's going to draw into position. Kind of straight on the 2. Is that going to be enough? Well, it's going to be a little bit short, but should be doable. Really depends on if that 4 passes the 9, Michael.
Yeah, but what about the position? I don't think it does from this angle.
Okay, and that speed's going to look ideal. Great shot there by Oscar. Both the players having to play on a touchy shot, their opening shots here for the Americans.
And Oscar played this with plenty of left. Run in English.
And he had to draw it to the in rail and then back up with the inside English. Two guys that know each other really well back in the States. Shane, a rookie here competing for USA, but has been around top flight pool in America for some time.
Do they probably both come from the same region? Or?
No, actually, Oscar's from the West Coast, from California, and Shane is, squeaked that one in. And Shane is from the Midwest, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He should just go by the 9 here, I believe. He could draw out of it. Either way. All right, he drew to the side rail. Nice shot. And now another opening break and run for the Americans after Corey Deuel did the same in the last match.
Yeah, I was going to say that someone on the chat mentioned that this is the first time probably they ever see Shane McMinn without his hat.
Yeah, most of the tournaments in the U.S., not all of them, but some of the tournaments in the U.S., you're allowed to wear a cap.
Yeah, I think we've got a temporary replacement here in the commentary booth. Anastasia Lupova, our host for the evening, is coming in instead of me. So please enjoy her company. I'll be back.
Okay, making a ball on the break. Now the 1's going to get tied up on the side of rail with the 3. scratch, an unexpected scratch there. Didn't leave an offensive play, but you'll definitely see Oscar play some type of safety here. And now joined by Anastasia.
Jeremy, thank you.
You have to help me with the pronunciation a little bit. Yep. Okay, now this 1-3 in the corner looks like it may be playable. So have you enjoyed it so far?
Oh yeah, I'm really fascinating by the game. So it was great start from Russian team, but now it's not just an easy walk for them.
No, you couldn't expect that. That's for sure.
Of course.
Now I know you played a lot of 9-ball pool, but you were a great pyramid player at one time.
Well, through my pyramid career, I have maybe like 30 cups, and then I quit it. Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Yes, I play pool a little, but that just for fun with friends. But of course, I want some more. I want to study.
Right.
Even this year, I want to come with friends to Derby, to Kentucky,
Oh,
to
wow.
watch a lot and maybe.
Oh, this year coming up, you are.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
shoot
okay.
some videos and some interviews.
Oh, there you go.
And the main thing, we want to bring pyramid balls to the Derby, and maybe we'll play a match with Corey Duo and scratch pool with pyramid balls, because he's really good at it.
Yeah, he played in the event here at the Kremlin Cup.
Yeah, he was really great.
Long, tough shot on the one here, if you're going offensively.
Oh, it's safety.
Yeah, he's overcut it a little bit. He's left him long and tough, though, where he's going to have to draw the cue ball back. He's a little elevated over the 6 as well, so not easy. We're playing all ball fouls. Nice shot by Shane McMinn. Oscar with a pretty simple 2-ball here, natural position on the 4. That should be fine. He'll come 2 rails across the table for the 6. The main thing here is stay off the rail. You can't really go wrong coming across the table here as long as you get the cue ball off the rail. Even if you fall straight in, you can screw the cue ball back. He's got to make a decision here on what he likes from the 7 to the 8. Looks like he's going to kind of punch it back close to the 7. Oh, that might be too close. Now it's going to be difficult. Yeah, that's going to be too close now.
Too close to make a screw.
Draw the cue ball back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can do it, but you're not going to be quite as accurate, and because you're worried about fouling the cue ball
Yeah, of course.
as well. You definitely wanted to be close to the 7, but not that close. Maybe a foot away, foot and a half, somewhere around there. Should be okay.
About Sean, does he have a good season this year?
Shane?
Yeah, Shane.
Yeah, so far, yeah, he won a pretty big tournament in Iowa, which had a lot of great players. Actually, you had Stepanov, Ruslan and Fedor as well in the event. Where he played really well, and then he finished 3rd in a big event in Phoenix. Oscar, he called the 8 in the side. I think playing the 10-ball over the week at the Kremlin Cup made him think he has to call it. We're playing 9-ball, so you don't have to call it.
I really like watching Oscar because he's really calm, always. Very confident.
Yeah, that probably comes from a little bit of his father. His father was a great player. So he started at a young age, seeing a lot of experience.
Really experienced guy.
So Andre's gonna kick to the back rail here, trying to knock the 8 up
From
by
the
the
back
9.
rail, yeah. And
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he made it.
Amazing. Quite lucky.
Yeah. Well, that was a possibility though, but if it didn't go, it was probably going to come down below the 9. So.
Yeah, really nervous position.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're playing partners and you tell your partner, "I made mine," and when you leave them this tough shot on the 9. So. Big boost of confidence if he can knock this one down, though. Wow.
Really great. So a little exchange one more time.
Yeah,
Now,
Michael's back in the booth, and we'll see you shortly.
Yeah, Michael, you saw that brilliant shot.
Yeah, Anastasia, welcome here. Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was a pretty
for
nice.
Invitation.
That was a pretty nice safety exchange in the end of the previous rack. And all the pressure was on Kosta Stepanov, and he coped with it because he didn't have any extension left. So he just had to go ahead with it, and he made it.
Bad rack.
I don't know whether Jeremy managed to introduce you. I doubt, because he might not know about your Q Sports background actually.
No, Jeremy made a great introduction. Thanks to him. Yeah, I don't know if my sound, because there were some problems with microphone, was working, but I hope so.
Oh yeah, we've got a scratch on the brake. An unfortunate kick to the side pocket.
And a really open position.
So I've heard recently you are trying to promote the Chinese billiards.
Yeah, recently I was in China and on Joy Billiards Masters. Yeah, that was really interesting. That was really well organized. And maybe that would be really interesting exchange of experience with Chinese organizers.
So are they looking at the Russian market, or?
Yes, they were really interested. So I was a speaker on the summit, and yes, they are really looking forward.
Oh, there were some troubles with the mic. That was just because Anastasia picked the wrong one.
And now it's okay. Oh, great, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, now I'm trying to. So being a former Pyramid Pro, now I want to be a broadcasting producer, especially in beloved billiards, different types. So I'm trying to make some experience traveling around and.
Yeah, that's very nice to hear, because no, we need the pros in the industry. The more pros, the better. In the meanwhile, Shane McMinn manages to come up with a very nice position play, putting his partner Oscar Dominguez in a comfortable situation for a stop shot. Just like that.
Yeah, it seems to be no problems to.
Good, 2 rails around for the shape on the 6, and now just all he needs is to bring the cue ball across the table, but just trying to avoid the 8 actually, not to leave Shane bridging over the ball. That's okay. Get to have a little more angle though, but I think Shane got enough to work with.
Quite enough.
Yeah. And just a slight natural roll. Here will bring the cue ball down to the 9. Almost used the whole width of the pocket.
Yeah, they got the second score. A little more confidence. Michael, by the way, in poker, players say, well, they're nervous playing in tilt. So in pool, what's the name? What's the slang for playing nervous?
No, that's choking.
Choking.
Choking, yeah, or dogging it under pressure. Any kind of feeling the pool player tries to avoid as much as possible. Well, Konstantin Stepanov is to break.
Haven't yet seen much emotions.
From both of them, you mean, or from Costa only?
From both teams. Very serious.
Well, probably the reason is it has just become tense. Oh, wow. Lady luck here for Team Russia. That's a quick wreck for them.
Yeah, I must say they are second time lucky.
Just once again, the 9 ball stays perfectly and got kick by 2 balls actually.
Wow. Yeah, second time they're lucky. Do you remember their first score when that was after a bank shot 8 in the middle? Yeah, that's about native walls around and supporters.
Yeah, home soil.
Yeah.
Let's see whether Oscar comes up with a fast response here. Yeah, that's a very powerful break. The 1 is down. Well, and the shot on the blue 2 is not very comfortable to start with. The pot is on. Actually,
What do you think?
Just trying to hit the lower left corner. And the position, well, I'm not so sure about the position because, like Jeremy mentioned already several times, that the new cloth and the rails are pretty slippery.
Maybe he's playing right. Yeah,
yes, he's playing right. just the opposite.
Just
and,
natural roll, yeah.
And going probably two rails around, yeah. Very nice and very confident play by the newcomer for Team USA, Shane McMinn. Once again, despite being a rookie of the squad, Shane is a pretty experienced player.
And about Oscar, he came here with his family, wife, and young princess.
Yeah, that's the first
Great
time.
Supporters.
Last year he was here alone, and obviously for a reason, because his little princess wasn't born yet.
Yeah. Now a happy father.
Oh, she's a cutie.
So what do you think about that shot?
That's a safety.
Just safe, yeah.
The safety is just trying to duck behind the 9.
Unlucky.
Well, that was a pure effort actually. Poor effort, excuse me. He didn't manage to drive the 4 ball just far enough from the side pocket in order to bring it up table. And that was the reason he just grabbed the lip and stayed.
Not enough power.
So now, just now, there's a sitter for Konstantin. Actually, it was not about the power of the stroke, but about the judgment of the balls and path.
Yeah. Yeah, good angle.
Yeah, and
Control.
stopping the cue ball dead in its track. Just what Konstantin was asking for.
Yeah, no, just next stop shot
Well, probably
on the angle. Yeah.
probably another stun, I think.
And yeah.
Just to drive the cue ball a little bit across.
Oh,
I know that Andrew has been practicing these kinds of stun shots
stand shot is perfect, yeah.
very often, so just he feels it more comfortable for him, and probably it's just a kind of, once again, brings more confidence to the player. Well, after being one rec down, Team Russia is one rec up now.
Yeah, on a new cloth, I think stand shots are much more.
Give you more
Saving
control, actually.
control, yeah, more.
Yeah. Because if you tend to roll the ball or draw, you can easily misjudge
The strength
the speed of the
stroke,
stroke, and that's it. Like, been there, done that. When I first went to the European Championships, and it was probably the first ever my experience of playing on a brand new cloth. Well, I was stunned and I just was lost completely because my style of play didn't fit this kind of equipment and this kind of environment. And when I was watching some more experienced players, they were just hardly ever using any side spin, just sticking to the center of the cue ball as much as possible, and only using the speed of the stroke to move the cue ball. Oh, pretty difficult position here, playing off the rail for Oscar.
Yeah, I think it will be a safety shot on the left side. Yeah, left side and.
Yes, trying to
And
hide,
trying to hide, yeah.
behind either the 2 or the 3 ball. Well, that's an easy jump, so maybe even even the cue ball passes.
Even bank shot? No? Yeah, quite
It
difficult.
is
The
kind of
angle is not really.
it's kind of a
really
kick
good.
shot, you know.
So thank you, Michael. And now Jeremy is coming. Okay, thank you, Michael. I'm staying here for one rec.
If I'm
So Jeremy, Russian team was lucky again with the track and 9-ball.
9-ball on the break, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it looked like the cue ball was going in, and then the 9 got in the way. A little bit of a safety battle here without either really getting that successful. Now a very difficult situation.
That's pretty tough, yeah, too.
Very difficult. And he's bumped the 4 into position to where a 4-9 combination is playable later in the rack, I believe. I'm not sure he can go for this kick shot here, maybe. I don't see him. Can he tie something else up, maybe? He's going to try and kick one rail in between the 8 and 9, catching the side rail going down towards the 1, I believe. Yeah, 2 rails Seems a little more natural, but he's stretched and elevated over there, so he'd have to use a bridge, I believe. If he hits the 1 here, though, he can make it off the 2.
Oh.
Wow. Great hit, nevertheless.
That was brilliant. Geometry, just a little unlucky.
Yeah, he hit it great. Made a great effort. Had to put speed on it, too, to hold the line.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to see a 4-9 combination, I believe.
So, Jeremy, can you see some difficulties here?
Not really, as long as he stays off the rail and he holds just a little bit underneath the 3, which would be the left side of the 3 if you're looking at it now. He's going to come above, and they're going to swing the cue ball 2 rails out, I believe, for the 4-9 combination. If he's gotten a little flat, they'll probably just come 1 rail up. Normally, you would like to come 2 rails out of the corner, though, by the 5. Speed is essential, though, so he's got to get all the way down the table. It looks like it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, really. Jeremy, we were talking with Michael about playing nervous. Like in poker, they say playing tilt. Michael told me that in pool you call it playing choke. Yeah.
Dogging it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like really experienced player and coach, what advices can you tell to some amateurs how to avoid that?
Oh well, I don't think you can avoid it. It's just like a nice 9-ball combination. You take a 4-2 lead, but it's kind of like something just like learning the game. You have to learn to deal with it. So don't be so afraid of it. It's like players I teach back home. I tell them they have to slow down, and they say, well, I get nervous when I slow down. Well, you have to learn. It takes a little progression to learn that, to where you don't get so nervous, you know? And I think nerves are a good thing. I don't think they're bad at all. Now, I call this too, there are good nerves and there are bad nerves.
Yeah, good nerves are good, yeah.
Yeah, when you're prepared, you have good nerves. When you're not prepared, you have bad nerves. So it's just a process like anything else. You have to learn what routine helps you. A lot of times when you're doing the things you're supposed to do, it kind of takes away the nerves, meaning you're checking where you're supposed to play position, or doing the tactical things that kind of fills your time a little bit, instead of just sitting over there thinking, oh, I'm nervous, oh, I'm gonna miss, or whatever it might be.
Well, I don't really believe that some sport psychologists can really help. I think that's about exploring yourself.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And a sports psychologist can get you a little more in tune with yourself, but I think you have to
work by yourself a lot.
Yeah, you have to find what works for you, especially because for the most part in our game we don't have a partner in our game usually, or a coach in our game. We normally are out there by ourselves, so you have to learn how to deal with it. Americans in a bad position here with the 1 being open and snookered behind the 7. Tough situation. Okay, it looks like he's rolled out to where he could see just the left edge of the 1. So they'll play a thin shot on the 1, trying to come back behind the 7 again. Delicate shot here. Yes, I think it's a correct rollout though. You should contain the 1 and then come. That's going to be a little light. Oh, nice
and
shot.
He hides.
Nice
Yeah,
shot.
perfect.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked that they passed the rollout, the Russians.
Yeah, I must say that guys got used to the cloth.
Yeah, they're getting better as they go. That's for sure. Now he'll bring the cue ball back down table, trying to bank this ball across corner, I believe. And in professional pool, you don't pass the rollout very often. You know, that's one thing you're taught, where you usually try to manage a position with taking the rollout.
What do you think, by the way, about Chinese 8-ball? They are prohibited to make jumps.
Well, I think that's a decent thought. It's definitely not going to go away in our game. I don't think anytime soon. But
Yeah.
but I think I think that's okay. I think it's
So it's more about snooker.
right. I think in American pool, I wish it was let's say not used so often, so easy. Like there's been a lot of suggestions, different ways. Like maybe you can only use your jump cue 3 times a match, something like that. You know. Gotta slow.
Yes, I'm going to host. Thank you guys for invitation.
Yeah, thank you.
Michael, giving you the microphone.